In the Netherlands, fries are a culture. They're called patat or friet. Just say patat met and you'll get a pointy bag or a plastic little box with fries and a huge dollop of mayo. I've eaten fries all over the world and I've never had them like this anywhere else. Not in Canada, not in Antwerp, although they are bloody good there. And not even from a Belgian fry guy in Vancouver who swore he was doing everything exactly the right way. But something is different here. Is it the oil? Is it the potato? Or the soil? In France, people argue about wine, about who makes the best Bordeaux, which town gets the baguette just right, and which bakery owns the croissant. Here, the argument circles around something much more modest. The potato. Who cuts it right? Who fries it best? Who understands it? So, who actually makes the best patat? Is it Bram Ladage? Or is it FEBO? Or is it the tiny little friet tent, the friet guy on the corner that nobody outside the neighborhood knows, but everyone inside would defend it to the death? Hey, hoi, welcome to the Dutch door. Kom maar in. Ga je mee? It starts with the potato itself, because once you see how it's treated here, everything else begins to line up. In Dutch markets, there are entire stalls that sell nothing else. No veggies, no fruit, no extras, just potatoes. Crates and sacks and handwritten signs, sometimes 20 or 30 varieties deep, all laid out like they're meant to be compared. You don't ask which one is best. The vendor asks, what are you cooking? Frying, boiling, mashing, salads. The answer changes the recommendation because the potato isn't generic here. It's chosen for its job. And that choice carries through to the fries. They don't just taste better, they behave differently. They crack when you bite them, then soften, then disappear without turning greasy or limp in your hand. And that difference doesn't come from the fryer alone. Once you start choosing potatoes by what you're actually going to do with them, everything else sort of falls into place. Frying potatoes aren't just potatoes. They're grown to behave a certain way, more starch, less water. So when they hit hot oil, they brown instead of steaming themselves soft. Some of the checks are almost laughably simple. Farmers will still dump potatoes into water and watch what happens. The ones that sink are denser, higher in starch, better for fries. No gadgets, no charts, just letting physics do the work. And then there's storage, which sounds terribly boring until you realize how much it matters. Potatoes sit in cold, dark barns for months, not frozen, just cold enough to slow them down. If they get too cold, sugars creep in and the fries burn before they cook. So they're warmed back up again, slowly, before anyone touches them, reconditioned like they've been taken out of hibernation. By the time a scoop of fries drops into the hot oil, most of the decisions are already behind it. The science didn't happen at the counter. It happened long before, somewhere quiet, with people who think way too much about fries. And speaking of fryers, air fryers have entered the conversation. To be fair, they're pretty good. Crispy enough, convenient, easy to live with, low in calories. But they're still doing an impression because there's something oil does that air can't quite replace. The way heat wraps around the potato, the way the outside sets while the inside stays soft, that first crack when you bite into it. Air fryers get close, but fries like this were never meant to be really careful or low in calories. If you're trying to make Dutch-style fries in North America, Jeroen expert from the Dagelijkse Kost, the daily fare, would tell you to start by choosing the right potato, because that already narrows things down. You want something starchy. Russets are the closest match, although they don't match the binges in the Netherlands, but they're dry enough, they brown well, and they don't collapse. Red potatoes and new potatoes are fine for boiling or roasting, but for fries, they hold too much water. You'll never get the same texture, no matter how good your fryer is. Once you've got the right potato, cut them the Dutch way, thick. None of those skinny fast food sticks. You want fat fries, almost chunky, almost, to dip into that mayo. Soft inside, crispy on the outside. Peel them if you want a clean, even bite, or leave the skin on if you like a bit more texture, but that's personal preference. For fries, the oil matters in a very practical way. You want something that can handle high heat without burning or adding its own flavor. Sunflower oil or peanut oil is ideal. High smoke point, neutral taste, stable enough for that double fry. The absolute no-no is anything delicate or perfumed. Extra virgin olive oil, butter, or flavored oils, they burn too fast and take over the potato. If you can taste the oil, something's going wrong. The first fry goes in at about 140 degrees Celsius, around 285 Fahrenheit, for 5 to 7 minutes. Don't look for color at this point. This is just cooking the potato through. When they come out, they look pale and a bit limp, and that is exactly right. Now you wait, let them cool down properly, 20 to 30 minutes at least. This isn't wasted time because steam escapes, moisture settles, and the surface dries just enough to crisp later. Patience. The second fry is where everything happens. 180 degrees Celsius, 355 Fahrenheit for 2 to 3 minutes. Now do watch the color. When they turn golden and firm, they come out and get salted immediately. Heap on a big dollop of mayo or make it a patatje speciaal or oorlog, and voila! You can tell fries are taken seriously here because people will go out of their way for them. When we lived in Amsterdam-Noord, my father used to take the car to get fries from Haantje Snackbar. It wasn't nearby, it was just loads better. That's how it works. Ask someone where to get good patat and they won't hesitate. They'll give you a name, a street, sometimes even the time of day. I love Bram Ladage. Potato cutting machines, fresh in front of you, big cones with huge blobs of mayo. I only wish they had seating, but they don't. You stand, you eat, you move on. And then there's FEBO, another super Dutch concept. FEBO actually started as a bakery back in the 1940s in Amsterdam. And by the 60s, the owner turned one side of the wall into little windows. You drop in a coin, open the door, and take out your croquette or your frikandel. It looks strange if you didn't grow up with it. It's kind of like a vending machine, but it's not. Those snacks are made fresh in the back and rotated constantly. The fries, though, don't come from the wall. They're super fresh, straight over the counter, scooped the moment they're ready. Then there are the small places, the friettenten we call them. People defend them like family. The ones that don't advertise and they don't explain themselves. You either know them or you don't. What makes this even better is that one of these small Dutch guys recently won the World French Fry Championship, held in France, of all places. Siem van Brugge, the owner of Dap Frietwinkel, has 2 small fry shops in Utrecht and Leiden, but he started out on the market with a friet fiets, a bike that sold fries. His recipe sounds simple. He uses organic potatoes and he boils them with a splash of rosemary in the water. Then he fries them in vegetable oil. But he beat chefs from 32 other countries. So this isn't just a local thing. The Netherlands doesn't just eat potatoes. It ships them out to the rest of the world. Not so much fries, but seed potatoes, the ones other countries plant to grow their own crops. Dutch potatoes end up in fields across Europe, Africa, and the Middle East because the breeding, the disease control, and the predictability are trusted. In a quiet way, a lot of the world's fries start here, long before they ever hit the oil. And now before we even get to the sauce, there's already an argument, not about taste, but how you're supposed to hold them and eat them. This is a real debate here. There's the puntzak, the paper cone, warm in your hands, already kind of a little greasy by the time you're halfway through. It leaks, it bends, your fingers end up shiny, no matter how careful you are. But somehow the fries taste better like this. To me anyway. You eat faster, you stop managing, and you just go for it. Then there's the plastic little container. Comes with a little fork. It's neater, more controlled, easier to handle when you're standing outside in the cold with nowhere to sit. Practical, sensible. Some people swear the fries stay hotter. Others say something gets lost. Not only that, after that, we talk about the sauce. In the Netherlands, it starts with mayo. Always thick, pale. Then comes the combinations. Speciaal, it means mayo, curry sauce, and raw onions. Sweet, sharp, and balanced. Oorlog goes even further. It means war. Peanut sauté sauce, mayo, and onions all at once, piled on until the fries nearly disappear. It's called war because it looks like one, and because when you order it, you've accepted that your hands are done for. It's not pretty, but some people swear by it. And that's when it lands. This debate isn't really about sauce or packaging at all. It's about how involved you want to be, whether you're willing to get your hands extra messy for something that only exists for a few minutes before it's gone. That's patat culture. Have you ever had Dutch fries? Or did you go to the competition in Antwerpen? In Antwerp, Frituur Max. Let me know how you like your patatjes.